Afternoon greetings and salutations. Dark side, you African checking in one more again. You know, it's Happy Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day. I ain't too crazy about holidays, but I know a lot of our people observe them, so I'm not going to be on my ultra hotep shit and do a lot of dissing and do a lot of knowledge dropping on that. I'm going to just simply say Happy Mother's Day to the righteous black mothers, to the stand up black mothers, even if you made mistakes, but you're trying to get it right. To the ones, who stuck with the father, who kept the father in the household, and who chose a righteous father, to be there for their children. And to be a righteous husband to them. They honor and they respect and they submit to their righteous husband. Shout out to those mothers. But not just the mothers who are in the what's the word I want to say, who are in in a marital relationship. I'm very secure in myself, and I've been around. I've seen a lot of different situations. I know some damn good single mothers who are single by situations they couldn't control. Maybe like they were widowed or something like that. Or they got married too young, and they and the significant other, the brother wasn't really married for such a commitment. But to them too, who don't hate men, they're not misandrous. For whatever reason, them and the child's father had to separate. It is what it is. Shout out to them. I know some great women who are single mothers. I know some great women who, you gotta understand, man, this is America. This is not an African-centered. I know a lot of y'all don't like to identify with Africa, but this is not a African-centered. This is not a really moral-centered society for black people or African people. So a lot of the systems and the structures and the institutions that we create will be damaged and tainted over here, because this is not our land. But man, shout out to the stand-up women, like the cards say, to those who nurture movements and affirm our liberations. Happy Mama's Day. I think it comes from something called color lines or something like that. Shout out to them. So yeah, shout out to the stand-up sisters. Like I say, this ain't no channel to just tear down black women, to hate black women, to convince or persuade black men to abandon black women or whatever, and damn sure not to abuse or kill or murder black women. However, this is a pro-truth channel for black men. We are about establishing black patriarchy. So I am going to tell some uncomfortable truths and from my observations concerning black women, but that's only for brothers to make an informed decision, so they won't end up creating a vicious cycle of creating more toxic households and enabling more toxic situations. You did what I'm saying? So that's what that is on that. But shout out to all of the black women who support the movement. I got a lot of black women who support the ideal of an African patriarchy. I done talked to a lot of black women. They support black men embracing rulership, because you can't really have a true patriarchy, a true rulership, black men, without righteous women. And the most ideal women, I know shit look grim, and like I say, I'm not dick policing whatever. It's a righteous African, Afro-descended woman. So man, shout out to the righteous black Afro-descended mothers, those who play mother figures. I had a lot of them in my life. And many of them, I ain't gonna sit here and say a woman can raise a man. I'm not gonna say that, but a woman can definitely have an impact, an effect on a boy becoming a man, or a male becoming a man. Because I tell you this, when I first got into this conscious community and things like that, a lot of the brothers was telling me the black woman is God and the black woman, black men should just blindly worship black women. That's what a lot of the brothers was saying when I came to this thing back in the late 2010s or whatever. In the late, not the late 2010s, the late 2000s. But it was black women. And some of them, I'm going to be honest, some of them weren't really what y'all would consider submissive. These were black women who probably wouldn't make the best wives. But they knew something, man, that I didn't know and I didn't see. Cause I would go to them repeating without, yeah, man, a black woman is God. And man, they would check the fuck out of me. Excuse my language, but I gotta use their profanity to illustrate how serious they was, man, how much love they have. They say, man, don't you go around telling these black women they God. Don't you go around believing that, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna fall for a sister, telling her, and who gonna go for that shit. Well, she know you going for that shit, and she gonna take advantage of you and fuck you over. And I seen so many good brothers do that, man. They go in telling women that they're gods and they're queens and all this, and they end up getting fucked over by those same women. It was black women, bro, African women, bro, who told me, man, hey, conscious sisters, man, who told me, hey, man, don't you, just because a sister look like Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill or somebody like that, don't you take that shit to heart. Cause real talk, it may be a sister who got a weave in her hair. It may be a sister who don't even consider the fact that she's an African or an African descendant. That may be the most appropriate for you. You know, she might be an AKA and be caught up in that for sorority bullshit, Eastern Star and all that shit. So, man, it was women, man, African women who put me on game about, who really was, I mean, you know, not to capitalize out the brother's name, who was really giving me some Kevin Samuels type game about women before I even embrace masculinism, or what I like to call masculinism. You did what I'm saying. So, yeah, shout out to those women, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day, and y'all brothers got some good women in y'all life, some good mothers, maternal figures, man. Show them love, because this ain't a gender war, bro. I know that sound crazy, and I'm going to do content explaining the shit, but this is not a gender war, man. This is a spiritual war. This is a moral war. And what the enemy is doing, when I say enemy, yeah, I am talking about the Peckerwood, but I'm also talking about the spiritual enemy. I'm not trying to get to the spookism of a devil, but there are evil forces out here, and they want you to think that all women is men versus women. Nah, just like y'all saw with recent events, you had women who were siding with brothers taking up for Kevin Samuels, and you had dudes siding with the chicks dissing Kevin Samuels. And I'm not saying Kevin Samuels was a perfect angel sent by God. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is it ain't as gender drawn as we expected to be. It was the same thing with the Will and Jada, bro. It's really, like I say, it's a spiritual moral war. So y'all gotta stay in tune with it and don't fall for the okie doke and start hating black women and want to kill black women, because that's the trick of the enemy that's gonna empower these feminists and these misandrists to push the agenda to undermine a black patriarchal system that we're trying to bring into manifestation. So shout out to all the righteous sisters, man, the righteous black women, the real mothers, man, who doing the best they can in this wicked world, who may have made some mistakes because they were raised in certain type of households. Hey, man, we're a matriarchal culture. You know, and I'm not saying it like they're just the most evil thing, but in the world like this, if you ain't got no patriarchal values, you're going to be eaten up, bro. The man has to be exalted, bro. The masculine principle has to be exalted. A lot of our women didn't realize that. So they grew up a certain way and they made some mistakes, but a lot of them are trying like hell to fight it. So shout out to those women. I see you, I love you, I support you. You got some real righteous brothers riding with you. So yeah, I'm gonna just put it like that there. I say to y'all mamas. But with that being out the way, man, I told y'all I had some cold Mother Day content coming. So I had to, use this to set the framework to put some positivity out there, because the shit, I'm finna bring some harsh, cold truth, man. And I'm gonna ask some harsh fucking questions. And I ain't wanna and I wanna kind of be, balanced and shit and show some love and some appreciation, because I know some women gonna come across this channel, and it is Mother's Day. I have a wonderful mother, and I want to put the positive out there and put the appreciation out there before I start swinging that sword. Because if I come straight with the sword, man, it's gonna be very easy for somebody to misinterpret what I'm trying to do. And this is a holy divine movement that I'm pushing. So I don't want to be mischaracterized, because it's going to turn people away from the divine message. But with that being said, y'all like, share, and subscribe. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the righteous, upright black mothers and women out there. Man, dark side, you African, like, share, subscribe, and comment. You dig?